Last weekend, I went to the first big UK tournament since COVID and I managed to win. Today we'll be looking at my deck and we'll be playing some games with it. Hope you enjoy. So here is the deck that I played for the tournament. We're just going to run through it. Starting off with 3 Mew and Mewtwo-GX. It's the main attacker of the deck, so I like to play 3 copies. And this card can copy the attacks of all GX Pokemon on our bench or in our Discord, so we play a bunch of them. Starting off with Gengar Mimikyu, mostly for the Horror House GX, which can buy as an extra turn. Next is Vileplume-GX, which can do 180 for 2 energy, which is really good tempo. Then we've got Jirachi-GX, which is in here both for the Psychic Zone, which stops Mewtwo being weak to psychic attackers such as Shadow Rider Calyrex, and also the Star Search, which allows us to search our deck for an energy and attach it to one of our psychic Pokemon, and this can also search for special energy, so that's really good. We've got Trevenant and Dusknoir-GX, mostly for the Night Watch attack, which shuffles 2 cards from your opponent's hand into their deck. This combined with Marnie can be extremely strong and just shut the opponent down completely, so it's in there for that. Also Pale Moon can have its uses. Next we have Incineroar-GX, mostly for the Darkest Tornado GX, which if we have enough damage counters on, it can pretty much one-shot anything, because it does 10 plus 50 for each damage counter on. Then we have Giratina-GX, mostly for the Calamitous Slash, which is a really good finisher attack, especially on VMAXs with a lot of HP, as it does 160 plus 80 if they have any counters on. Next is Reshiram Charizard, mostly for the Outrage attack. This is really strong against Zacian, which hits us for 230 or 260 if they've used Ult Creation, and this attack can take care of just 2 energy, which is really strong. We have Latios-GX, mostly in here for the Lucario Melmetal-Zacian matchup, because the Clear Vision GX we can choose second and get it off turn 1, which stops them using their GX attack, which their whole deck revolves around basically, and it makes the matchup quite easy. So that's all the GX Pokemon for Mewtwo to copy, and then we move on to 2 Moltres, which is the counter to Shadow Rider Calyrex, because it's a dark type and Calyrex is weak to dark, and Moltres can charge itself up very easily with its Diaflame Wings ability. So this makes the Shadow Rider matchup quite favourable for us. Next we have the Galarian Zapdos V. This is in here for the Eternatus matchup, because its Thunderous Kick can be achieved for only 1 energy with its ability if they have 3 V Pokemon in play, which they most of the time will, because Eternatus plays a lot of V Pokemon. So that makes our Eternatus matchup better. Next we have the Mew, which is for the Rapid Strike Urshifu matchup, because without it it's quite a 50-50 matchup, because they have their own Jirachi, so we don't always hit them for weakness. So this gives us the edge in that matchup. And then to finish off we have 3 Dedenne and 1 Crobat for lots of consistency. I wouldn't play any less than this line, because this deck just wants to be as consistent as possible, and this achieves that. So next we move on to trainers. So we've got 4 research, like the Dedennes. We just want to be as consistent as possible. 4 bosses orders. I wouldn't play any less than 4 in this deck. It's such a great card, and it's so important in this deck for a lot of matchups, especially the Rapid Strike Urshifu, because our game plan against that is to target that Jirachi as soon as possible. So 4 bosses, very nice. Then we have 3 Marnie. This can be combined with Night Watch to be very devastating to our opponent's hand. Then we play 1 Guzma Hala. This searches for special energy, a stadium and a tool, which our deck plays all of. Then we play Mallow Lana. This can heal one of our Pokemon. This is quite good against Rapid Strike Urshifu. deck, as it can heal a Gale Thrust or even a Gmax Flow. So then we got 4 Cherish Ball because we mostly play GX Pokemon, so we just want to search out them very easily. Same situation with Quick Ball, we play pretty much all basic Pokemon, so Quick Ball can search out all of them. 4 Switch, because we want to keep the deck as mobile as possible. We play a lot of basic Pokemon which aren't Mewtwo, and we want Mewtwo in the active basically, so 4 Switch helps us achieve that. 3 Viridian Forest, this is the best way of getting Dark Energies in the discard for Galarian Moltres V, and it can also search out basic Psychics for Mewtwo. We play 1 Big Charm. This is important in matchups such as Ice Rider, Eternatus, and ADP-zation, because it can put us out of range. It can put a Mewtwo out of range of them one-shotting it. Then we finish off with 1 Tag Call. This can search out all of our tag team Pokemon and tag team supporters, so it makes sense to play in this deck. The energy, we play 4 Aurora Energy because we have a lot of different types of energy costs in the deck, so we want to be able to cover all of them. We play 3 Dark Energy, 4 Moltres. We don't need any more because the Auroras can count for a Dark Energy as well, and also Moltres can recharge them from the discard, so if we have to discard them, it's no problem because we can always get them back. Then we play 2 Horror Energy and then 2 basic Psychic. I went for this split because Horror Energy is still important, but I also wanted some basic energy to search out with Viridian Forest. The Horror Energy is important for getting damage on the opponent's Pokemon for Giratina and Garchomp's attack, and we can always search it with Star Search, so it makes sense to play the split. So the reason I played this deck for the tournament was because I wanted a deck that would allow me to do well, and I believe this was the best deck to do so with because I have a lot of experience with Mewtwo during the Battle Styles era of the game. This was a good deck, and then people sort of wrote it off when Chilling Reign came out because Shadow Rider would have been too bad of a matchup. However, we were given the Moltres, which could easily be put in this deck. It really doesn't affect this deck too much at all, and it's also a good attack in lots of other matchups because it has such a solid attack and it can set itself up. So yeah, I feel like this deck is one of the most consistent decks you can play because it's all basic Pokemon. We really don't need much to get going. Your turn 1, often you only need to get an energy on Mewtwo, and that's it. And it's also a go second deck, so most of the time you will choose to go second, which I feel like gives us an advantage because it basically means coin flips at the start of the game don't really matter because your opponent will most likely choose first, which means we get our preferred option. And it also for best of 3, if you lose game 1, it doesn't mean we're at a disadvantage for the rest of the match. So as for the tournament, the deck performed how I wanted it to. We played against 3 Shadow Rider Calyrex and we were able to beat them all thanks to the Moltres. It ran very smoothly all tournament. I didn't break very much at all because this deck doesn't tend to do so. We have so many outs. We have 4 Cherish Ball, 4 Quick Ball. The only changes I would make, I want to fit in a Marshadow because the only match I did end up losing was against a deck which was playing Path to the Peak, and it can be quite problematic to this deck, obviously. So this is the deck I played. Let me know what you think, and we're going to head into some games now. Okay, so we won the coin flip, so we're going to choose second. And looks like we started Mewtwo, which is great. So we're against a Shadow Rider Calyrex deck, which is really nice because we have Moltres. So we see a weakness guard energy get put in discard, which is very nice. And we see a training court, which he's playing 2 training courts, so he may not be playing Path to the Peak, we don't know. Okay. Now this is very strong. We do want to deal with our Creamy because it's not weak to Dark. We prized Vileplume. So what our plan is, we could go for this, get the into play. I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I don't mind that. So we'll bin off Gengar and Guzma Hala. We're probably just going to Dedenne this whole hand away, to be honest. Big Charm, and then we'll miss out on that. So, touch there. Yeah, we're going to Dedenne change this hand away and hope to get a Moltres down. Which we do. This is very nice. So, grab Moltres. And we'll remember to do Flame Wings. And then we'll Horror House. So what our plan is for next turn is to fully charge up this Moltres, go for a switch and knock out this Shadow Rider Calyrex. Now we would go for a Vileplume boss, but we don't have Vileplume, so we're just going to go all in on the... So we can choose any 2 here, really. We just need a switch. Go ahead and grab Jirachi now because it's quite important. Okay, we'll discard this to get the Dark Energy. Attach Horror to Moltres. So then we just need a switch off this, which we play 4 of. Okay, we don't have it yet, but we can still Dedenne. Debating put down the second Moltres, I think we do, in case we miss here. So we just need a switch and we're in a really good spot. And there it is, okay, great. Now we'll go for Aura Burn, and he has nothing to follow up there, he just concedes, okay. So as you can see, we have a strong Shadow Rider matchup because Moltres can just hit him for weakness, especially combined with Horror House. If they don't get too much on their turn 1, we can really punish that. Okay, let's head into game 2. Okay, we won the coin flip again, and we're just going to choose second. Say hello to our opponent. And we start Latios, which is probably the second best start we can ask for, if not Mewtwo, because he has free retreat. But we also don't really want him on the bench, so it's not 100% ideal. We also started Viridian, which is not great. We don't want that immediately because we're going to have to play it, and he's playing Path to the Peak, so we want to be saving Viridians to counter Stadium him. So it looked like a Ice Rider. He's got the sleeves as well. This is... Oh, we've got a Big Charm as well. Okay, so we can get rid of one of his paths at least. Oh, I don't like getting rid of Big Charm. I really don't like that, but we kind of have no choice. so we'll just attach it there. It probably won't be relevant there. Yeah, we would have really liked a Mewtwo. However, he didn't get an attachment on turn 1. Okay, this is decent, to be honest. So do we have Incineroar? Okay, so we're actually hoping we get hit by Ice Rider Calyrex next turn for a lot of damage, because we can return KO with Incineroar. So we'll go for a Star Search, grab an Aurora and pass it over and see what he's got for us. My guess is he's got a Melanie in hand. He's going to go for Viridian away a water and use Melanie. Yep. We don't really want to see a path here. That'll be quite awkward, because we'd have to find a Viridian. And we do have Guzma Hala, but we also want to get Incineroar in the discard this turn. Unless he doesn't go for an attack here. Oh, that's okay. Okay, luckily he just passes. So we can actually Night Watch him. So we're just gonna Guz Hala. We won't discard. We'll just do the first one because we do want to keep this energy around. And we'll go for Viridian. And we can just. This is our last Viridian that's in the deck. The last one is prized, which is not great. Hopefully he doesn't find any more paths. We managed to get rid of 2. We can also Night Watch here, but we do risk just getting Leon knocked out. But he hasn't got any Sobble or Drizzles in line, so he'd have to find his Leon naturally, and they usually only play 1. Okay. Oh, what happened? Okay, this is great because we can go for a Miraculous Duo GX and completely heal, and because of the Horror Energy, he gets knocked out by it. So I also want to start setting up a Moltres as a backup attacker. So this is going to be useless now because we're about to GX. Let's go for Moltres here. Flame Wings so we don't forget later. And Marnie. We can probably just Dedenne this hand away. It's kind of useless. And then we'll just go for a Miraculous Duo. Now it is possible he gets return KO with a Leon, but we've made that as hard as possible for him. We got a Viridian back, which is great, because if another path comes into play, we can bump it immediately. Now, the Shady Dealings is going to be quite big here. Okay, I didn't see what that was. Melanie, okay, yeah. Okay, that's good for us because he can't play Melanie and Leon in the same turn, so our Mewtwo will not get KO'd this turn. And we see a concession. Yeah, so he wasn't able to get Ice Riders out of the VMAX much. Normally that's a bit unfavourable matchup, but it's still manageable. Okay, let's head into game 3. Okay, so we lost the coin flip. We'll see what our opponent chooses. Oh, he's choosing for us to go first, which is interesting. That doesn't happen very often. So I wonder what he's playing. Okay, not much information there. So we're just going to take it slow. This deck is it's not so bad going first turn 1, but going second is better. If you do go first, all you need is Mewtwo and an energy, and you're good. I'm gonna go and use the Dedenne. I don't know, actually, we'll wait to see what he's playing, because if he's playing ADP and has chosen to go second for whatever reason, I don't want a Dedenne into play. We have got research, so it's fine. Maybe he's playing the same deck as me. Okay, he's playing, he's playing a sort of ADP deck, which attempts to get turn 1 GX attack. I don't know what this does actually. SSH for 2 basic. Oh wow. Okay. Wow. So he discards 5 cards. So he's gonna grab you, and then like Dedenne-Zation Moltres, something. Yeah, exactly that. Let's see if he can get the turn 1 GX stack off. Hopefully we don't get more wild as well. Does he have an energy switch? Doesn't look like it. Okay, so we survived getting turn 1 GX tagged, which is very nice. Good thing we didn't go for Dedenne. Okay. What do we want to go for here? Do we have, so I think we want to go for a Vileplume. Gengar's prized. Yeah, no, it's there. Yeah, I think we want to Vileplume him and then look to Night Watch next turn, maybe. So I'm gonna hope to get a switch, which we did, which is nice. I'm gonna play around the Mawile. Don't grab anything, to be honest. Maybe a Mewtwo. Let's just see. Have I got a Big Charm in deck? Yes. Yeah, we're gonna just grab nothing because we want to play around the Mawile, and then we'll hit him for. We could Poltergeist. I think Poltergeist is fine. It's a bit more risky. No, we'll just go for Massive Blue. Because he could just have no trainers, or like 1 or 2, and that would be really awkward. But I don't think he ever has enough for us to get a 1-shot. Oh, I forgot to use Diaflame Wings last turn. Not great. My mistake. So what we want to do is, okay, so he's gone for Altered Creation. He's got a huge hand there. I really would like, ooh, no, that Marnie was good. Okay, we'll Diaflame Wings now. Okay, we're gonna go for Marnie. Yeah, I mean, I want to save the attachment because I want to get Horror Energy this turn, because if he attacks with Zacian and gets it into the Horror, then he gets put in range of a Miraculous Duo KO. So we're going to save Viridian just in case we don't get that and we have to attach. Okay. Big Charm is really good though. Free Auroras is good as well because we can use Flare Strike, which one-shots Zacian. Probably gonna get rid of the Marnie and Night Watch, and this is really strong because it gets him down to 2 cards. Okay. Looks like he's going for Moltres. Personally, I don't think this is correct. He should be going for Zacian here, because Moltres will do 30 to itself, and then he'll be put in range of Miraculous Duo, and he's just nowhere near a KO at that point, and I'm down to 1 prize with a fully set up Mewtwo, and I'll just be able to knock out anything in play. Although, I think either way, he's just quite behind. Yeah, so that's fine. We don't mind that at all. We're just going to thin out the deck. And we'll just go for, let's check. I mean, there's nothing happens if we bench this, because we're, after this, well, we're 2 turns away from winning now. After we attack, we're 1 turn away. So if he were to, he can't boss to win, because if he bosses, then I think, well, this is checkmate anyway. So yeah. Okay, that's a win against ADP. He didn't manage to get the GX attack off turn 1. If he did, I think we're still, it doesn't mean we lose, it just means we're not in a great spot, but it's still winnable. Anyway, hope you enjoyed those games with the deck, and thank you for watching.